Roman, thanks for being here today and happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
It's hard to believe you just recently turned 11 years old, considering much of the hockey world's been following you ever since one of your videos went viral almost 3 years ago, which resulted in national media attention and even getting invited to a Pens game by Mario Lemieux. What was it like when your video went viral, and how was your trip to Pittsburgh?
Well, it was kind of cool. Going to Pittsburgh was the time of my life. I did miss a couple hockey games in Alaska, but it was worth seeing Crosby and those guys.
Yeah, I heard you got to meet Sidney Crosby as well as skate at the Pens practice facility. Did you pick
Yes.
up any special tips to take home with you?
Nothing I can remember.
I imagine it was pretty surreal though, just seeing. Does he remain to be your favorite player at this time?
For sure.
That's awesome. So you were in the Pens locker room.
Yeah.
How big is that locker room? A little bigger than the what we normally see at the youth rinks, right?
Oh, for sure. Huge.
Now, I have no doubt that a big reason so many people enjoy watching you on Instagram and your YouTube is you just have a very obvious passion and commitment to hockey. Why did you start playing hockey in the first place? And what about the game have you just fallen in love with?
I fell in love with the game because it's fun being on the ice with my friends and getting in that body contact. I started playing because well, my dad introduced it to me, and then I just had a blast playing it. So I started looking into it, played it a bunch.
That's awesome. And I'm sure up in Alaska, you were able to get on the ice a lot in terms of outdoor rinks and things like that. Now, do you think that, is it fair to say that that's been a big contributor to your skill development, being able to have access to ice, say in your backyard or nearby?
Yeah, it's cool getting on the ice a lot, especially when most of the rinks are closed. It's cool being on the ice like most of the day. So.
Yeah. And now being from Alaska, who did you watch and cheer for growing up, whether professional or college teams?
Yeah, so our home team was called the Alaska Seawolves, and then I started watching the Penguins a lot.
Okay, and the Seawolves, what do you know what league they play in? Is that the East Coast?
Uh,
It's all right if you don't know. Google will
not
give
sure.
us that answer. That's cool. And were there any Alaskan-born players that you looked up to while you were playing?
Not much. I know one good player, Scotty Gomez, but I haven't really looked up into him a lot.
Yeah, have you ever got to meet him?
No, but I've
He's
seen a lot of pictures at my home rink.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I actually got to skate with him a few years ago back in Idaho, and we
Cool.
need to get him. We need to get him on the pod sometime. Really nice guy. You need to
Cool.
check out. He has some cool videos of him living in Alaska. He's been posting a lot of right now.
Cool.
But I know you recently moved to Toronto to play in the Greater Toronto Hockey League. Of course, nothing about this year or season has been normal, so it's not like you're getting to see a typical season right now. But in your brief experience, what is the biggest difference you've noticed about the hockey in Toronto compared to back home in Alaska?
It's a lot more aggressive, and the players want the puck more. Like they have the urge to get the puck, whereas back in Alaska, they wouldn't want to get the puck.
They play a little more passive, maybe.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that's just like the environment and culture? Or do you think it's, a lot of these kids maybe are just, I find we coach here, my business partner as well. And some players, I think, have a little bit more of a knack or an inner drive just to maybe be aggressive on the puck. Or some guys, it definitely takes some time to learn that. Do you think it's a little more just part of the hockey culture there in Toronto?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Awesome. And what habits or other factors do you think have helped you develop your skills in game to this point, give you these opportunities?
Can you give me an example?
Well, I know you certainly post a lot of videos of your early morning workouts over the years. Whether it's particular coaches or maybe just your access to ice, could be maybe probably all of the above, to be fair. But I don't know if there's anything specific that you think of that has helped you get to the level that you're at now.
Oh, my dad.
Good answer. Good answer. Is there any particular player that you like to model your game after?
Yeah, Crosby.
Crosby, that's always a good one, right? He's
Yeah.
got a few cups to show for it. Um, Now you're only 11, so there's tons of time to see what opportunities present themselves. But if you had it your way as of now, do you think you'd prefer to play college or major junior hockey?
Probably major junior. I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah, of course. I mean, again, there's lots of time for you, but
Yeah.
didn't know if one kind of appealed to you more than the other.
Yeah.
All right, before we let you go, I just have some couple quick, what we call quick hits.
Okay.
So I know you're left-handed, but what curve and flex do you use?
Normally I use a 40. I've been using a 30 for a bit, but I'm probably gonna go up to a 50. And I use a P28. So
P28. I just switched to that curve myself. Love it. What kind of tape job on the blade?
we normally do the Pasternak, but
Really?
yeah,
That's
but
that's
now
crazy talk.
yeah, now I'm starting to use like the tip, but
Okay,
just the tip of the blade. But yeah, we're using the Pasternak a lot.
nice. Now, is there any rhyme or reason to that posture knock? I feel like when I look at that thing, it just seems to be, pretty random.
Well, yeah, I mean, tape jobs don't really matter. I like it how it's like tape. Like I like the style of it.
I gotcha. All right. What's your favorite pregame meal?
Um, I don't really eat stuff before games. I don't really feel
Okay.
like eating, but I usually have maybe some fruit.
Awesome. Now, is there anything you like to eat maybe the day before or even like early, like any kind of meals that you associate with that, or not really?
Probably like spaghetti and meatballs or something like that.
Classic answer right there. All right. Assuming you listen to music before a game, any favorite pregame song?
Yeah, usually I listen to Machine Gun Kelly or Crazy Train
Nice.
or Eminem.
Okay. Another good one. And favorite NHL player besides Sidney Crosby?
I'm probably gonna go with McDavid.
McDavid. Good answer. And of the current NHL goalies, who would you want in net for your team in a game seven?
In the NHL or like
Yep.
okay, probably Carey Price.
Carey Price. Can't go wrong. All right, last one for you. If you could plan a line with any two current NHL players, who would you want?
Crosby and McDavid.
Well, I mean, those would be two pretty good players. All right, let me ask you this. Who are you putting on the wing?
Um, Probably Crosby.
Crosby on the wing. So is McDavid going in the middle, or are you taking over center?
I'd take over center
Oh man, you might have to fight both those guys for that job.
for sure.
All right. For all our listeners, you can find Roman on Instagram at Roman James Marcotte and on YouTube it's simply Roman Marcotte. Roman, thanks so much for taking the time to be here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.